Hey guys, Rob with Next Gen Writer here. So there's been a lot of posts in the Chigee group, and a lot of people have been complaining about a pretty serious problem with the Chigee device losing connection with Android Auto, with the Android Auto connection being interrupted. And some guys are kind of describing this as being like very chronic, like it will connect, it'll go into Android Auto, it'll work for an interval like maybe a minute or two, and then it'll drop, and then they'll go in, they'll press the CarPlay or the Android Auto connection, it'll reconnect, it'll establish a connection for a minute or two, and then drop again, and just drop really reliably. So I think something is happening. I'm pretty sure it's going to be on the Android device side of things, and it's interrupting that Wi-Fi connection that Chigee uses to sustain the Android Auto connection. So it's frustrating, and it's helpful. So many things are going on inside an Android mobile device that it's kind of hard to get a clue. You don't know what app may be interrupting Wi-Fi, what service, what configuration within Android is disconnecting from Android Auto and trying to establish another connection via Wi-Fi. So I'm going to show you how you can get a log. It's not easy to do. Now, there are loggers out there that are just simply apps that you can install, like Logcat or Logcat Extreme. Those aren't going to give you the system level information that you're looking for, talking about the projection for Android Auto, the Bluetooth calls and captures, and the Wi-Fi. You're not going to see that. You have to do that through the Android Debug Bridge, it's called, or ADB toolset. So I'm going to walk you through how you can do that. It's a little bit of work, but not terribly complicated when you kind of think about it. So the first thing you want to do, you don't have to root your device. You don't have to do anything crazy, but you do need to turn on developer options. So the way you do that is you go to your About Your Device and then scroll down to the build number. And you just want to tap the build number and it'll tell you how many steps you have to go. And then once you click it enough, it may ask you for a PIN, and now you're in developer mode. So you can back out and search your settings and just search developer, and you'll find developer options now, and they'll be turned on. You want to toggle a couple of things in here. So you want to scroll down. Most important thing is going to be USB debugging. So you're going to allow a computer to talk to your device because you need to get a laptop or something connected via a USB cable that's actually going to capture the log information or transfer the log information. So we're going to select OK here. There's one more setting we want to turn on. It's verbose logging right here. Enable Wi-Fi verbose logging so we can see the SSID information. We're going to turn that on. And that's really all you need to do here in the device. You'll need a cable, so you'll need a USB-C type to A-type on your computer. And then now we'll switch over to the computer and I'll show you what we do over there. Okay, so here we go. First, let me show you where you go to get the Android developer tools. So the website address is developer.android.com/tools/releases/platform-tools, as you see here. You browse to that page and you scroll down a bit and you're going to see the downloads. There's 3 of them, one for Windows, one for Mac, one for Linux. The top one will be Windows. I've downloaded that. I'll show you what that looks like. So it'll be a zip file called platform-tools-latest-windows. You double click that. Inside there is a folder, and inside the folder are all the utilities. So what you want to do is just take that, extract it, and place it somewhere where you can easily use it. I went to my C drive, and then I created a folder called ADB, and then in there is platform tools, and here are the utilities. this is actually where you're going to use the tool. So you'll just come down here in white space in the Files window and you'll right click. And then you want to select Open Terminal. So this will open PowerShell. And you can do this in the DOS shell as well, but PowerShell should be on Windows, and that's what I'm going to use. So the commands are slightly different between the DOS terminal and the Windows PowerShell. So at this point, once you have the PowerShell window open in the correct folder, and you'll see the path here to confirm that, then you want to plug in your mobile device to the USB cable. So I'll plug it in, and you'll get either a notification or an authorization dialog box. I've already authorized my device for debugging, but if you hadn't done that, it will give you a pop-up and ask you if you want to allow USB debugging, and you just select OK. There's also a box there where you can check, and that way you won't be asked over and over again. So now the device is connected, and I'll show you a quick command. So we'll run /adb space devices, hit enter, and then you'll see your mobile device with the word device after it if everything is okay. Now if it says offline after your device ID, then you've made a mistake. Either you haven't okayed USB debugging, or you plugged in your cable too soon, and you'll have to rectify that. You need to be able to see your device name with the word device after it. Now at this point, we're very close to being ready to run the logger. Actually, we are ready to run the logger. So there's a command line or a command for that. I'll toggle through and I'll pull it up. It has some switches in it, so just reference the article that I post. But there is the command, and when we enter that, we will start logging. So before I do that, actually what I'll do is I will start the logger. So I'm going to hit enter, and now we'll power up the Chigee. So we'll log everything as the Chigee powers up and the Android device connects to it. We should just be able to jump over here and watch it connect. It's connecting. Now it's connected. Android Auto is starting. And now we're in Android Auto. So what you would want to do is you would want to let your device run until the issue occurs that you want to get logging information on. So if you had a Chigee AIO-6 that was disconnecting every 60 seconds or every couple of minutes, let it run the entire time. It's gonna create a pretty big log file, but you know, that's okay. You need to capture that data, and we'll look at that here shortly. So that's enough for now for the demonstration. So to terminate logging, what you want to do is hit Control-C, and now you will be have stopped logging, and we can go here, and there's our log file. It's created in the same folder as the utilities, and I'll edit it with Notepad++. Bring this over here, make sure it's in view. Go up to the top. Let's get rid of that one. Okay. And so here is the start of all the logs. And there's a bunch of them. So for those few minutes, a few seconds rather, that we logged, we have 40,000 plus log entries, just over 40,000. So now we'll minimize this and let me show you what we'll do next. We'll go to back to the PowerShell, and there's a command. It's a select string, and what we can do is go through and filter all these logs and grab the ones that we're interested in. So you'll see that you have the path where it's going to create a new file called Android Auto Debug, or excuse me, the file that it's going to filter, Android Auto Debug _full.txt. The pattern that you're going to use, these are going to be all the tags that it's going to use to go in and grab log entries. So these are all associated with Android Auto, Gearhead, car service, Bluetooth, Bluetooth stack, Wi-Fi, projection, and then things on the connectors. And then you have an output file, which is going to be the same directory, and we're going to call it AA for Android Auto filtered log.txt. So once you load that command, you simply hit enter, and now we go back up here, and now that file is created. So we'll open this one up with Notepad++, and there's still quite a few. It's not quite as many. We're down to about 12,000 or so. But now our logs are fairly specific to Android Auto. And we could, if we had a disconnect issue, we could come in and just, we could search on disconnect. And there we have some information on an intent, power disconnected. Let's see if we have anything else. Client disconnection request. Control event. So you're gonna, again, you're probably saying, Rob, like, why are you showing me how to get this data? Because it doesn't mean anything to me. And I get that. There's a couple of things you can do, and I'll have to do it in another video. I don't subscribe to Chat GPT, so I only get a couple of file uploads a day. But you can actually upload this to like Chat GPT, and it does a fairly good job of analyzing it and can give you some ideas of things you can try to solve issues with Android based on the logging data. Also, you can obviously send this to Chigee. Chigee has engineers that would understand what's going on here. So there will be information there that will correlate to repeated disconnects. Is it the silver bullet? Does it necessarily tell you exactly what's causing it? Maybe, maybe not. It may simply be clues, or it may point you towards the root cause. But anyway, so this is one tool that I just wanted to highlight. It's really not too terribly difficult. Once you kind of understand what you're doing, you're opening your mobile device up for developer options to get access to the logging information, and then you're just connecting a computer with a utility to capture that logging information into note files. So that's pretty much it. I'll follow this video up with a, tomorrow I'll feed Chat GPT one of these files and kind of get them just to run a general analysis, and then I'll cover that in the video. So anyway, thanks for watching.